There you guys are.
Mathew Priddy, hello.
Thought might find you perusing over some of these cars.
Now, Tom, Exton and I, we are here at the Brooklands Cars Limited HQ at the top of Test Hill, just by the infamous Brooklands circuit. And we're ahead of the next Historics auction, which is happening on November 26th. And we are liking what we're seeing.
Nice place to start, isn't it?
It is very
Fantastic.
lovely. What have you brought?
So I've just bowled around the track in a lovely 1959 ACAC car.
Nice.
AC, of course, being at Brooklands. Beautiful in resplendent red.
It is.
It is cool.
I'm going to match you for a red, as is Tom, because I've bought a 911 and you've bought a...
Pantera di Tomaso in red as well.
Yay!
Well, on such dreary winter's day, why not have a nice red sports car?
Exactly. And why not let ladies go first? And if I may take you for a spin in the 911.
Thought you never asked. Thank you.
So this is a 1989 Porsche 911, a 930. It's a turbo, and you can tell that by the amazing whale tail on the back, which I love, and of course the bulging arches. It is an iconic bit of kit, isn't it, Tom?
It is.
Oh, I'm just itching to get in, so let's just do it.
Let's go.
This is rather fun, isn't it? Oh,
I'm
my
having
gosh.
a very good time. I wish I was in that seat.
I know.
I'm very jealous. Very, very jealous.
Quite right too.
How's it feel?
Oh, just exactly how you would want it to, even though it is an old car.
Yes.
But this car originally, the 911 Turbo, came about in 1975, and it had a 3-litre turbocharged engine and 260 brake horsepower. But then in 1978 they upped everything to a 3.3 litre with 300 brake horsepower, and it became the fastest accelerating road car of its day.
I remember, well, I don't remember the adverts, I'm not that old, but the adverts for this car were absolutely amazing. And importantly, when they did the update, you get a G50 gearbox.
I know, this is the
Good, isn't it?
sought after 5-speed. Imagine tooling around with just the 4 and you'd be like, you'd always be looking for some sort of overdrive.
The gearbox works really well. I've got a little confession. I've actually got a Targa, a lonely Targa from this era with the same gearbox, and it almost drives like a modern car.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
insane how well engineered these cars are
Yeah,
from
yeah,
that
yeah.
era. Beautiful. I'm so jealous. I'm annoyed.
Well, let's have a little squirt on the throttle. Oh, it just feels so complete. Oh my gosh, I think this car might have been made for me.
You can have a little bid.
Oh, I wish.
You can't really bid when you're doing the.
When
doing the
no,
gable.
exactly, up on the gavel.
Gavel. What did I say? Gable.
Gable.
What's that? That's some sort of
I'm
like
not sure.
support beam in an old house or something. Gable.
So this 911 as well, it was so well equipped at its time. You got leather seats, air conditioning, electric windows. Oh,
You got a little sunroof up there as well.
Yeah.
Metal stuff. Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
So this is up for sale for auction. What money do you think that its estimate is?
Minters of these I've seen for sort of 150 plus. So yeah, I don't know. 130, 140 thereabouts.
Well, its estimate is between 90 and 115,000. So I think the seller would be very happy then if you made a bid.
I know tourists you get ripped off. I do want a 930 turbo. It's on the menu. So who knows at this point, Vicky?
Oh,
we'll see how cash flow's looking in about a week's time. Or to play for. No idea.
This feels so great. And you could have it as a runner, you know, like an everyday runner. So long as you don't have too much traffic for the old left leg to pump through.
It's a good workout, but
Yeah.
it keeps you on your toes. All the ball of your foot.
Oh,
Very happy. Well, hopefully I get a drive before the end of today.
I don't think so.
There must be time, surely. Should we just rush through the rest? and then get in?
No. I'm actually glued to this seat.
You actually are.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen you so content in the car for a long, long time. So much you love all the metal that we drive here on the stories. Yeah, you seem particularly happy in that.
You know how
Suits
some cars they
Yeah.
fit you. You know when you go and try and buy a house, the house kind of talks to you for some,
Yes.
whether it's got wonky windows or dodgy floors or something. But this, it fits me.
These seats are mega.
They are.
My spine's in about 50 pieces and I'm actually quite comfy in it. It's not funny. It's quite serious.
How big would the children need to be to get in the back there, or is it just a couple of poodles only?
Not thinking of that issue at this point in time.
Well, I'm not thinking. Don't get me wrong. I won't be thinking about it with you. I have my own.
No, not with you.
But is there much
Take
room
the
in the
channel.
back for little ones?
There's loads of room actually.
Yeah.
You could swing a cat and put children in there. Quite easily.
Excellent.
Not that I condone cat swinging.
A cat swinging child. Let's take 2 of them.
From German then to Italian with a sprinkling of American muscle. This is a 1973 Tomaso Pantera, and believe it or not, it's got a Ford V8 engine. And on that note, Matthew, would you like a spin?
Yes.
It's left-hand drive, so we're jumping in on this side. It's got 56,000 miles, so it's rather youthful. It's also got a carbon seat and the original seat as well. So let's hop in and go for a drive. Tom, have you ever driven a Tomaso?
Nope.
This is a first.
I've never even sat in one. And do you know what? I think I've probably seen on one hand. I could probably count on one hand the amount of these I've actually seen.
Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, you probably haven't driven one of these V8s before because it's an American V8. I think it's not the Windsor. It's the earlier V8. This is
Cleveland.
Cleveland V8. Strong chance you've maybe driven one before.
I don't know.
But mated to this lightweight Italian monocoque constructed. What do I call it? We like to call it a wolf in wolf's clothing.
Yes,
It's
I've
just
seen that.
all noise, all power. We literally sat on that V8. It's just there, look.
You can hear it, smell it, see it. It's all going on. Good Lord.
Yes.
So this is the 5.8 litre.
5.8
is it
the
not?
Cleveland V8, yeah. So I think it was just over 300 or 330 brake horsepower. And amazingly, apparently, it will do 160 miles an hour.
Wow. Well, we're not going to do that today.
No, if it was frightening enough at 30, to be honest.
If we start doing 160, something's gone wrong.
Gone very,
I'm
very
asleep
wrong.
at the wheel or something.
But it's an amazing sound, so close to your head.
One thing I want to preface to those at home that think, why are you sitting like that? This current seat here is a fixed carbon bucket seat for the previous owner that is probably a little bit taller than I, so I'm having to stretch a little bit to get forward to the pedals, but it does come with the original seat as well.
Yeah.
So if you are very tall and you want a Tomaso Pantera, this is the car for you.
The only car for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Good heavens.
it's actually, I mean,
very
it's all
comfortable.
V8. It's a bit like driving a Cobra, isn't it? It's lightweight, fast, not necessarily functional, but certainly very racy.
Turning circle isn't too bad, to be
Oh
fair.
yeah, did right there.
We like that. Very good.
So this one's at auction, 80 to 95,000 pounds.
Yep.
It's fully restored. Actually, I think it's restored by the Tomaso club chairman or something like that. And so it's good provenance and really well put together. That engine bay, which you'll see from some of the shots, is incredible. It's
Absolutely.
just, it's all showing off that out. There's a great big Arctic lorry coming our way. That's fun, isn't it?
There you go.
It
With
is.
ease. Everything works in here as well. Even the old school wiper buttons, the wash buttons, the fans.
Yep.
Everything works.
It's this lovely sort of old leather. They're a real favourite of mine, just because I think they're so rare on the roads. People generally go, "What is that?" And it's Lamborghini-esque in its appearance.
You have got a ZF manual transmission here. I think it's a 5-speed, but it's dogleg. But it's metal gated, so you get that like click clack, you know.
And it's a very much. I don't mean to be sexist, but it's a very masculine feel to it.
Watch out, mate.
You almost have to be quite abrupt and abusive with it to appreciate it. And like
Yeah.
any V8, it's better once it's warmed up. It really behaves quite nicely, torquey, but it doesn't really want to be tippy-toed around. It
No.
wants to be thrown at. It wants to be a brute.
I must say, today isn't classic car driving.
This is it.
weather.
As I said to you, Tom, you don't spend a day with us when you're getting into auctions. This is all it's about. Always.
Really?
Yeah. You try and pick up the keys to 50 different cars and get it right, all whilst it's raining.
Good heavens.
So what does Pantera stand for in Italian?
I think it's Panther, but that's only because you just told me a few minutes ago. Stitched you up there.
Yeah, so the Tomaso Panther. I actually prefer Pantera, to be honest. It sounds sexier.
Yeah, absolutely. Italian words just sound better than English nonsense.
I think these are a pretty good place to put your money. I mean, where else can you find something so rare,
well restored.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, it's a real collector's car.
Yeah.
But also because it's simplistic, it's not frightening.
No.
You know, buy yourself a Lamborghini and those V12 engines, and it can be quite problematic, quite expensive. This is just a V8. It's so easy to work on.
Not to mention the mural will set you back a couple of million quid.
Yeah,
and this is the same sort of vibe.
Yeah. I've also got them in the GTS spec, and they come with the flared arches and the wing, and they really get Lamborghini-esque.
I think De Tomaso, they brought out obviously the P72, 2019 wasn't it?
Yep.
You know, it's a good few million quid's worth of hypercar. I think as a brand, they're really back on the map. So I think it's a pretty good place to stuff cash, particularly 80 to 100 or so is the estimate.
Yes, 80 to 95.
Very, very good.
If they're thinking of putting the badge on hypercars now, you know the brand is cool.
Yeah.
People want to buy it.
Proper car person's car, this.
Right, so after that spirited drive, what say we go and check out the venue?
Sounds like a good idea.
It's
Let's
not
go.
far. Let's get over to Mercedes-Benz World.
Wonderful.
God, doesn't that look... That's a pretty looking building. This place is lovely to have an auction.
Such a cool location.
All warm indoors, just outside this fantastic track. AMGs hooning up and down all day long on the skid pan.
Amazing.
It's a great place to host auctions.
Oh,
That's a proper brute.
makes a wonderful noise. Do you enjoy that?
Wow, yes. You scared the life out of me. Well done.
It's just the car, nothing to do with my driving.
Boys, that sounds so amazing. I love the big fat rear tyres as well. Lucky stuff. And that is just a small selection of what we have got on for sale at the Historics auction, which is happening at the Mercedes-Benz World at Brooklands on November the 26th.
As always, make sure you are following Historics on the various social media platforms available. That includes YouTube, where you are viewing us right now, I presume. And there's also a podcast which is not only viewable on YouTube, but Spotify and all your lovely usual streaming platforms. Last but not least, there is Instagram as well, where there'll be a sneak preview of all the cars coming up at the next auction on there first. So you do not want to be not following Historics on Instagram. Matthew.
Right, that's 3 cars. Let's get them over to Mercedes-Benz World.
Bye
See you all soon. Bye-bye.